Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm glad you could be here. Welcome to another great edition of the Big Chat, where we sit around and talk about all things Big Brother. And tonight, we're going to have a lively and informative debate on a lot of things. It was a great weekend of Big Brother for some people and not a great weekend for other people, so I guess you're going to have to wait and see if your team was the team that was chose to be so great. In the meantime, let me introduce the wonderful and sweet Deana. And and then as soon as he puts his phone down, there's that JT fella, that guy. He's a big hairy mess, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome. And we've got a lot of Big Brother to talk about, but first I just got to tell you all you're welcome, both of you, because I did something just prior to show. So,
what did you do?
Well, I could have possibly, perhaps, maybe got us into a Twitter war, and that's okay. So,
love Twitter wars. Love it. Love them.
Well, you see, going around Twitter today, everyone's been interviewing Tizzy because she's the person to talk, the most recent about the house. And so the podcasters are being attacked for asking her real and legitimate questions that have meaning instead of, what was it like to be in the Big Brother house? How come you got voted out? Why don't you ask her why you were in there, why you were such a nasty person? Why you were in there, why did you associate with such a nasty person? See, this is why the Big Chat probably won't get an interview. But that's okay. I'm not going to go for the fluff. And I don't think a podcaster should, because the reality of the situation in our world, getting the real truth is on the podcaster's back. Mm-hmm. Because you're not going to get it from media. And apparently they're trying to attack podcasters for telling the truth. And I'm opposed. So the question posed to her was basically, what did she think of Jared using the R word, being... misogynistic.
There you go.
I had to think about it. And how come he has been making fun of Matt's disability. And so yes.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, as recently as today. And so her question was, well, I can't speak for a grown man, which is correct. You cannot. But then she backpedaled when the one real podcaster asked her, well, while you were in the house, you were supposed to be the one standing for the basic equality. You are the one that has fought for more rights and more equality than any of them in there, so it should have been up on you to basically educate him. And we got stuttering and stammering. And then the podcasters are being trashed that are asking her questions like that. So I think it's a fair game question. It's like asking a Democrat, why did you vote to keep the border open? Well, I didn't vote for it. Well, you're a part of the party that did this, so it seems to me it's fair game. What do y'all think? Since y'all are probably going to be drug into it, so
I think it's fair game.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, and everybody knows what the standard answer is to what it's like to be in the Big Brother house. Everybody asks that question. That gets asked every year.
Yeah.
So stop with the normal question. Good God. Stop with the normal questions.
That was probably me. Sorry.
It was the aliens looking for Brenda. So stop with the normal questions and ask something that's got some meaning, some feeling, some heart to
some
it.
substance.
Yeah. You know, you're outside of CBS now. You can actually say what's on your mind. For example, Red is being very outspoken about how the game is being rigged for Siri.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but people weren't going after him asking those questions, so he's just saying it to local town reporters and it gets picked up.
Yeah.
So I just don't think it's right if people are going to go after podcasters for, you know, basically doing the job of the real media. So they're going to come after us next.
Right.
So sorry, guys. I may have got you all in a Twitter war. So
hey,
oh well.
I love Twitter wars. I love to fight with people on Twitter. That is my thing.
Well, you may get your chance. So
I love it.
Daniel Shelton may make an appearance after a while. I may have a question for him, so hang tight. You might get your wish tonight.
I hope it ain't no questions like Saturdays. He's tired of answering questions.
No, he's sober. That's the problem. So
yes, he might still be feeling some effects from that night.
He could be. He could still be under a counter somewhere. Poor fella had a rough night. So
he had a good night, actually.
Yeah, that's probably part of the problem.
Everybody else had a rough night from there.
Yeah, that's probably part of the problem.
Yeah,
is that he did. So
yeah.
So did both of you get a chance to watch Sunday's show?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And am I the only one that thought that they really could have done a much better job? They did a good job on one thing, which was not painting the Fields family as superheroes.
Yeah.
But I think they could have got more substance in there. I am glad that they did add in the fight between, well, it wasn't really a fight. Well, it was more than what they showed because I saw some of it on live. I'm glad they showed that, and I'm glad that they actually showed how someone wasn't telling the truth. So
right, and Jag and Matt also, they told their side of the story, and it showed that person to be a very big liar.
yeah, and
we know he's been lying the whole damn time.
Oh yeah, and part of Big Brother is to lie. I'm not going to argue that,
right?
And I'm not going to argue that I like sloppy, messy gameplay. I think that's what makes the game. But his whole demeanor to me during it, even I was watching most of it live until they cut the feeds, is towering over him, flexing up like he's a big guy, and trying to bully him.
Yeah,
and nobody said a thing about that.
Yeah,
you know. And that to me, because even when he brought his mom in, Siri, he was like, okay, this is what we want. Right, you know, like, and then he was kind of like standing over them so they couldn't either get up or exit or whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, but that's not how the game's played. The game's played exactly how Corey did it. He was a little sloppy, but, you know, so I think that they did a good edit for what they could, but he was really kind of a jerk during that, and he got caught lying. He admits that he got caught lying, and it was funny him backpedaling. Even Siri saw it.
Mm-hmm. He tried to turn it back around on
exactly.
Saying, we didn't trust you. That was
exactly
my impression. We didn't trust you.
Exactly. One thing I did note was he said Corey said in it that he felt like he wasn't able to get a word in until he stood up and basically was forceful about it.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's in Corey's demeanor normally. He doesn't appear to be that type, but I think maybe Jared is that type of instigator where it makes it come out of him. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think Jared...
People can do that to you.
Some people can. Some people can. It's
What was
it's a,
that? I didn't hear what you said. JT.
I said some people can do that to you.
Oh yeah.
yeah. Some people make you want to just.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we seen that Saturday night too.
Yeah.
you can see it over on TikTok too. So, but
Well, Jared is an over talker. I mean, he talks over
He is.
instead of letting Corey get his responses out. He was just like, just over talking him instead of letting him explain what he was trying to explain, so he wouldn't expose him. I think to Matt and Jag.
But I don't think Jared knows that Corey is on. I can't remember the university, but he's on their debate team, and that's one of his things. Is he's going to school for communication. So
Yeah.
he's kind of a little bit more of an art of the argument than he does. Maybe not in the bullying, push you around type of way, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just my take on it, and and I think, unfortunately, I think Matt is a bad game player because he's too honest.
Yes.
So I think I think Matt's got a good heart.
That deer in the headlights look, and you can tell.
Yeah, no. Wait, you talking about? Huh?
Yeah.
I love it. I love
So,
it.
He's very, he's very open.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I think that he is showing his real self in this show. So I'm still pulling for Matt. I think he'll survive the double eviction coming up. So now there was something interesting happened a couple hours ago, or well, I'll say a couple hours. It's been a long while. The feeds went down, but they went down immediately following a Siri and Felissa conversation.
Oh, really?
Siri was explaining to her that she should have stood up for her, that she stood up for Izzy and she didn't fight for her, and she realizes that that was probably a bad move and she should have been with her true friend, and throwing out the Siri miss that she has all season. Mm-hmm. And as soon as Felissa went to say something, you could tell they were sitting in the outside, the backyard, and there was the little table between them, and they were leaned over intently talking to each other and trying to say it quietly while they were out in the backyard. And he comes, you can see Felissa just leaning in more and more and more. Like her body language was like, oh, I got so much to say about this subject. So,
yeah, her and Mimi talking in the kitchen, they were figuring out that that alliance wasn't really what all it was cracked up to be.
No, for real is for fake. So,
yeah. I thought it was funny when they were. Jared had said, "There, what for real? What do you mean?
Like,
like
everybody in that room is supposed to be in for real, and he's like, "What's for real?"
I know. And then
Siri was like, "You mean the fake alliance?" And everybody is like, even Matt's mouth dropped.
Exactly.
But then Siri comes in and she starts naming him the black. What was it like? Bye bye bitches and.
Yeah, she named them all off too.
Yeah, there was something else, and then she said for real, and she confirmed that it was that Jared knew about it. It was so stupid.
Jared just puts his foot in his mouth too much.
He does,
and he
does.
Forgets what he says to one person when he's talking to another. So.
Oh man, I like how they called him out though. Like. Too bad oh my gosh, too bad he's HOH. I hate that.
No.
Yeah, and I
almost beat him. I was like, oh my gosh, she could have been on for just 2-3 more seconds.
No, that's just the way they made it look.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
It was so close on the live feeds that I think JT and I were either online together or we were talking, and I was like, which one of them won? Because it was like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, they all three fell at the same time.
And the
pretty
feeds
much.
went
But
off.
he was the last. He was the last one to hit the mat. I did see that much,
Yeah.
but he was
Yeah.
the last one to go down. His feet
He
touched the
was.
mat
Oh.
last.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
not
well,
arguing
he
that
just-
he didn't win,
No.
but
Right.
Right,
it
but
didn't happen the way the edit made it look.
yeah, the
Oh,
edit made it
okay.
look like it was like one at a time fell, but they all three kind of like
Oh,
fell back to
okay.
back.
Blue did really well, but
And I
wouldn't
rewatched it
want her to win
today.
either.
And I caught something that Matt said. He was talking about Bowie, and he said, "Don't give up like I did." He said, "Give up."
Well, he couldn't. His arms were cramping. He said his forearms were cramping really bad, which is odd.
Well,
You know,
I will
swimmer.
say this about that
I'm going to
competition.
grumble
though.
about this a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know.
so the wall. We're going to talk about the wall. Okay,
Yeah.
this wall competition has been going on since the beginning of time of Big Brother,
Mhm.
and no, this is the shortest. This is by far the shortest time
Yeah.
anybody's that's ever lasted. But I will say something else. It looks like it was a whole lot more steeper than it normally is.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the angle, the inclination of it.
It
But
looked
each
a
year
lot.
they add, and we don't know that the green and the reds and the whatever those other colors were, pink, I think. We don't know. They may have been more than slime. They could have been cooking oil and baby powder
true.
or pink
Yeah.
powder. So we don't know what that was. So, but they did give them an opportunity that I think they figured out after the first rainstorm to wash it off their hands. So they did get that opportunity.
That's right.
And everybody, but if you noticed, and I watched it again tonight, Blue never moved her hands. Once they were locked in, they were locked in. She did not move them.
That's true.
So
She held on. I mean, she was just like a stick.
yeah, when she fell, you could tell she was legitimately giving her all.
Right.
Yeah, but I didn't get that sense from none of the rest of them.
Like Corey
Well, Bowie
jumped.
did.
Corey jumped. I don't care who you are.
Corey, I
He
don't
let
think
go of his hands and then jumped with his feet.
The one thing
Watched it
I
very
thought about, and I've thought about this for a couple days, is you had a mixture of older people, which it would be more difficult for, especially considering most older Americans either work or something where they don't use enough upper body strength, unless you're doing some kind of work or lifting weights or something. And then they had the younger group, which was kind of a mixed class.
Yeah.
But they also, if I thought about this, that generation is not known to push their body to extremes. That generation is not known to, just because your body says I'm ready to give up, doesn't mean you're ready to give up.
Yeah.
So
They're not used to endurance.
I think Cameron would have had that one. And I think that
I do
because of his
too,
military training.
Yeah.
Even though he was a more bigger and more out of
wall.
shape person. I won't say out of shape. I don't know that to be true, but older and in less conditioning than the others. I think that the mere fact of pushing your body to an extreme is something that he could have got his head on.
Yeah.
And I think Blue did. I think she was in the zone. She had her eyes closed. The only thing open on her was her mouth, and that was horrible when they splashed her.
Ugh.
I was like, oh, I hope that stuff tastes good.
That's what Cody said. I won't open my mouth this time.
Yeah.
We're like, ugh. When you have
Yeah.
those goggles on, you don't know, you can't see when it's coming.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you can't see nothing after the first round.
Yeah.
So, and I know they got them with green, red, pink.
There
I think
was
there was another green, red,
There
pink. I thought there was another color. Or maybe they just did more than one of like the red or something.
there was a red. Was there a white?
No, I don't remember a white.
No, I don't remember why
There was
either.
a pink sauce, a pesto sauce, which was green. There was a red sauce and something else.
If anybody in the chat knows, let us know. I thought there was 4 for sure, but
I
they
thought
may
there
have
was
doubled
4
up on
as
one.
well. Yeah.
And then it rained, which
Yes.
was kind of cool, I guess. Except it was, I don't know how they do that. Is it chilled water? Because they said it was cold. Seems like it wouldn't be that cold in California. I mean, I don't know the exact temperature right now, but You wouldn't think it would be that cold at night. Maybe because you're already wet. I don't know.
Those meatballs too, depending on how tall you were, or they're hitting you either right in the chest, right in the stomach, or in the crotch. I noticed Matt every time that one came, he would like squat down so it wouldn't hit him in the.
It looked like it hurt.
It did.
They had not this season per se. I haven't heard it, but I've heard other seasons where the females have complained about having bruises on their breasts.
Yeah.
And other guys talking about how bad. In fact, there was one season, I want to say it might have been Josh, one of the taller contestants. It hit him square in the nads, and he yelled, "Oh, my balls," and fell right off the wall.
Yeah.
That might be why this was after him. Like, the competition was actually might have been done after him because of that.
It could be. It could be, because I think it was him that's, "Oh, my balls," and just, like, fell right off the wall. But none of them were as epic as the girl that, gosh, I knew her name until I was going to say it. The Latino model, chubby model that did the dive off of it. She told everybody she's going to go. And she fell for like 5 minutes when it was at its lowest point to the.
Oh my goodness!
It was some great memes.
I was sitting there trying to think, what are you talking about? Until you said fell for like 5 minutes.
She screamed from the time her finger was about to get loose till after she had the second bounce on the mat.
Oh my gosh.
And it seemed like it was in slow motion, and the memes were to die for. They like superimposed them and put them like she was falling from the skies or something. I remember laughing about that because she fell for because she told him, she says, "I got to fall when it's close to the ground." And when it was standing up, she was okay. And then when it would get over, she'd be like, and she's like, "I got to go." And they were like, "Well, you're probably at the closest we're going to get to it right now." And then Big Brother even tipped it even more, and they were cussing them. And she let go, and it was like a 5-minute fall. It was great. It was gold.
Gosh. That's crazy.
So, yeah. But yeah, the show released a lot about that. One thing, and this I can touch on. Siri said something about they were wearing sunglasses, and they weren't making eye contact, and they weren't real talkative, so she knew something was up. You fat kid. And and so I heard tonight she was saying the same thing about Jag and I want to say Matt. I could be wrong. And it's like, no, I thought they were your allies. So she was sending Jared to go talk to him. I'm like, man, didn't you learn he's not a great conversationalist? It's definitely not one to do your point. So I think if the HOH had fallen on his week where they get everybody in a pie in the face, I don't think he could have done it as artfully as Cameron did. So,
but don't be jealous. Don't be jealous.
Do what
of my
now?
balls. Don't be jealous of my balls.
Well, I guess
There's
speaking.
There's some good balls.
I guess just speaking about getting kicked in the nuts, that was enough for you to win some balls. So somebody explain this to me. Oh, frig. That's not what I want. I want this. Explain this to me. What is that?
I don't know why he wears those goofy things on his head.
What does that represent? Does anybody know what that represents?
I do. I know what it represents. What normally it represents. I don't know if that's what it represents for him. I don't know that. I mean, you don't know that. But
We'll out with it.
I mean,
We're gonna be in a Twitter war anyhow, so you might as well throw it out there. We'll get more viewers.
I mean, I don't
You
want to.
think it's something for a gang?
Yeah,
That's what I think.
The obviously everybody should know what that
Yeah.
color is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the
There's a
Crips.
red and there's a blue. Yeah, the Crips. There's
that's
a
the
red
Crips,
and there's a
isn't it?
blue, and they don't like each other. So
Yeah.
No.
I don't know, but but I mean, we don't know that that's what that means for him, so that's why I never really bring it up.
Right. We
I
don't know
mean,
for
because
sure.
he kind of throws everything on his head. I mean, everything goes on
it's
his
always
head.
that color. When he wears a bandana, it's always that color, right?
Mm-hmm. It's always that color, and always looks
And
that
that,
stupid.
I mean,
I'm
it
more
could mean
concerned
that.
about why he
but-
goes out in public thinking that looks nice.
Goofy.
Mhm.
Did you all know that his girlfriend responded on Twitter?
Yeah.
No.
what-
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Wait.
I knew she was going to or
Yeah.
had, but I didn't really get much more than that. What you got?
I had an article, but I don't know what it was on. Let me think a minute.
Oh, dang. Why'd you bring it
I'll
up?
find it. I'll find it. Give me a second. Turn that off here.
Well, so there's the current state of the house with evicted in order was Kirsten, Riley, Hissam, Red, Izzy, with Luke being canceled. Currently, when he was dressed in his Sunday best, that was how he made his nominations. Dang it. He nominated America and Corey. Sorry, I was having a brain cramp. But we already know there's been a change, but I was gonna say they played a veto game. And of course that wasn't shown on the feeds, but when they came back they were wearing what looked like referee uniforms. So I'm having a hard time trying to figure out what competition that could have been. So I know that Corey and Jag were the two alternate players, and it was Cameron and Jag, Corey, America, and Jared played, and Jag won the power of veto. I don't know what the competition was. He won it, and there was quite a bit of conversation going around. Now, I don't know if this was just Twitter talk because I never saw it on the feeds, but somebody even said that Siri had said that it was time for her to leave the house, that she'd rather be at home than sitting in a boring jury house. So I don't know if that's true or not. So she was even talked about being nominated, but as we know, got any more? You got enough for all of us?
Yeah, I do, but I can't give it to you.
You're just failing me. So, and it's even going to be hard for Shelton to speak like that. So, there's a lot of talk that Corey was going to be pulled down, and maybe Siri going up. I don't know that there ever was a truth to that, but I do know she has made the comment. In fact, she made it the night during the wall comp to Felissa that she doesn't want to just go sit in a boring old jury house. But you would have thought she would have thought about that before this week, unless she knew the rules. Bingo. So she might have known coming into the house that this week was coming up was a double eviction. She's being treated different by CBS, so I mean, at least I feel she is. And how would you feel coming out of the house and finding that information out? I would feel cheated. You know? So there was also another Twitter rumor going around right before we signed on that there was a wall yeller is why the feeds are down. So it's called wall yeller. So supposedly that could have happened as well.
How did they even get that close to CBS Studio like that, though?
I've been told that most of the time that they're like fans that are on tours of the studio and that they do it. But it seems to be if CBS sees you coming in with a bullhorn, they'd kind of know, so. And then again, you would also think, being fans of the show, with our technology today, why don't they have a drone with a speaker just fly over and going, may I have your attention? May I have your attention? They're related. They're related. Before it gets shot down. I mean, you would think that with today's technology, it would get better. Maybe they got a, what do they call it when they could shoot the drone out of the sky with electro waves or some crap. But you would think, because didn't 1 year, they've actually had stuff come over the wall. Didn't 1 year a sex doll come over?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Balls come over,
I knew balls, but like
yeah, like with taped messages on them, and
yes.
So, and
I didn't know about the sex doll. What? When did that happen?
Well, it looks like the feeds are back up. I want to say it was like season 18.
Dang. I was watching during that time. What the heck?
There was a mannequin or something thrown over the wall, and of course they killed the feeds. I see the feeds are back on now. So, and
they've arrested the wall yeller.
Well, something's got.
Well, come on.
Oh no! I guess Corey and America are just getting an early start on getting in bed, so they're already in bed. I mean, what time is it in California?
I wish I had an America to get in bed with me.
It's 8:05.
Did I say that out loud? I'm muted, right? No,
you're not. I'm not going to say what I want to say. You seem to have some scabs you need to leave alone, so make yourself itch that way.
Hey, those scabs might be Band-Aids are on them.
Uh-huh.
The Band-Aids are on them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Whatever. So. So
Deana, you don't look too happy about those Band-Aids.
Me?
See,
yeah.
There's actually one. There is one on each shoulder right now.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. One. Yeah. There's some inside jokes nobody will know about.
Yeah. Nobody gets. Not even the paranormal crew gets it, so they're not a part of the big chat crew. So
yeah, exactly.
So yeah, Corey and America were nominated, as we saw at the end of the show, and then the veto was played. I said that Jag and Cameron were the two alternates picked, and the game was played. And the only thing I know that it was something. Any idea? You've watched this a heck of a lot more and studied a heck of a lot more than I have, JT. I've been a newcomer to it. So they were wearing what looked like referee uniforms.
I have no idea. I haven't been watching the live feeds. A lot's been happening. I had my daughter this past weekend. Every weekend that I have her, I am not focused on. Yeah.
Well, feeds. I meant in past what competition they could have had that would have them in a.
I have no idea what that veto competition could have been. I know that it was speculation that it was OTEV, and then I seen everybody say no, it wasn't. So, I don't know.
No, I think OTEV is later in the season, as is Zingbot.
Yeah, Zingbot don't come in. Well, actually, we're getting around close time for both of them. They still have people sitting on the sidelines that don't get to play. So, you know what I mean? So it's getting down in count.
Yeah.
It's getting down there. So we're in the next few weeks, we're going to see OTEV, and then we're going to see a couple weeks after that, we're going to see Zingbot, because there's still at least 7 or 8 people left in the house usually when Zingbot comes in. Maybe like 7.
Yeah, Zingbot,
I think that's Jury.
He always comes in right after Jury. So, or not right after, right before.
Is it before?
Yeah, it's before, because it's down to where those are the jury members.
OTEV or Zingbot?
OTEV is first, I believe.
See, that's why I was thinking that this was going to really be the OTEV competition. I think a lot of people thought it was going to be too.
But they were too clean for OTEV when they came back in the house.
That's why I think everybody said this wasn't that. This is a different game then, probably.
Yeah, I mean, I still believe we're going to have an OTEV, but I believe it will be after they get everybody to veto. And, OTEV may be the same week now that I think about it as Zingbot.
I guess it could be.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
But the feeds were down for quite a while. They're back up now. Corey and America are smooching in bed, and I can't tell what the rest of the house is doing. I guess Corey has learned that you can get further in this game by running it from bedside. So
He has been in bed a lot more, right?
yeah.
Maybe America's just keeping in bed, trying to keep her spot warm so that she can keep him warmed up and get him, because she's been trying to convince him for everything. She finally convinced him to make out with her. So
I'm just gonna lay this out right here. She was laying on top of him with the covers off, and she was rubbing him and kissing him in all the right places. He's a better man than I am. I'd have been like, all right, let's go.
I'd be like, I'd look at the camera and say, Mom,
Mr. B,
turn the
kill the
camera
lights."
off. Turn your stream off for about 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Okay. Sheesh. Okay, I sent you a TikTok about that article on. Do you have TikTok on your computer?
Yeah. What you want me to do?
Pull up the TikTok I sent you and you could play it.
Well, you're asking me to do something technical. At least I get to play with my mouse while I'm doing it. So
There
my
you
new
go.
mouse. You haven't heard me click once tonight, have you?
I have not. What the heck's going on?
Yeah, and if I tried to type, I don't think you'd hear that either because I got new typewriter. Holy shit! I'm sure I'm a new keyboard.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, SEC roll call week 3. I'm gonna have to come back to that. Oh, I'm gonna have to send this to my favorite buddy Bob. So.
My buddy Bob.
Hold on. Let's see. What do we have here? Do you want me to try and play this?
Sure. He'll read the article
Hey,
first. What?
Okay, let me figure out how to do that. Talk amongst yourself while I do this.
Hello, JT. What's going on down there?
I don't know. Deana, how are you doing? Since you're up on my, what is this? To me, it's my right shoulder. On there,
It's your left shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, this is my right. This is my left.
This is my left. This is my right.
Isn't that like a old church
I'm reversed.
song?
I'm reversed.
This is not church, school. This is that's not the button I wanted.
Yeah, Madison had to go through all that stuff to learn everything, all her body parts.
We used to do head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yeah, all that stuff. But she learned everything quick. That was good.
I was traumatized by that, but I'm not ready to share that on national TV. I was traumatized by it.
Yeah.
Gonna have to tell us later so we can make fun of your trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't give you the pleasure. Okay, because I'm not hitting the play button.
You didn't realize you were doing
Breaking Big Brother news. Jared's girlfriend is confirmed and she speaks out. Here's the full article. Published September 1st, Distractify writes, although he's developed quite a connection with fellow Big Brother 25 houseguest Blue Kim, Jared Fields has a girlfriend at home. I've been following this cheating scandal from the beginning, and this is the first time we got confirmation that Jared has a girlfriend. And she speaks out. In case you were unaware, Big Brother 25 fans absolutely loathe Jared Fields. It took some time, but the 25-year-old exterminator finally revealed his true colors, and it's not pretty at all. Those who watch the live feeds hear and see everything, and that's why they claim Jared is a misogynistic and cheating narcissist, allegedly. Cersei, his mom, told Jared he better not do anything with Blue that jeopardizes his relationship with Kenzo, who she is actually friends with too. According to Distractify, Jared did not listen and had multiple relations with Blue around the house, including on the game room couch. Ooh. The article says that Kenzo discreetly addressed Jared's cheating on social media. She went on X and Kenzo apparently reposted a post that reads, "Let's be for real, most of the time being a good person don't get you love, it gets you used." Kenzo also reposted a post from BB Baddies that said, "Honestly, this is such a blessing in disguise for Jared's girl back at home, cause he's a piece of shit and she deserves better. It's really sad that he could embarrass her like this on national TV, but I hope she finds peace and happiness and leaves his ass and keeps the dog."
Miss Bonafonte is entitled to full canine property ownership, and will be enforcing said ownership right now.
I'm taking the dog. Dumb.
What would you do if you were Kenzo? If I were her, I would contact the media and do an interview about him because of his problematic behavior towards women is the bigger problem, actually. Make sure you check out my other videos where I investigate this matter in much more depth.
All right.
Oh my god. The way he talks, man, that's so funny.
I know, it was dramatic. It was crazy.
Yep. And her at the end.
Right. Yeah.
Taking the dog, dumbass.
That's right.
Possession is 9/10 of the law.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
Trust me, I know this from experience in my own life right now.
Yep. That bye-bye sounded familiar. So.
Yep.
This guy apparently has some. I'm just looking. He has quite a bit of stuff out there. I might have to contact him and see if he wants to come on the show.
Just tell him not to talk like that. Gosh.
Oh,
I have to make fun of him too much.
Effect.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Care how he talks.
I'd have to make fun of him. He's just so the dramatic. It was just so weird. I had a hard time paying attention to what he was saying, more listening to how he was saying it.
He'd be a good source of information.
Yeah. He'd have to have his own segment.
Jared is a lying narcissist.
Yeah.
I believe I can speak for Jared in saying he's a lying narcissist.
Allegedly.
No, allegedly.
Hey, I like that, Glenn. What the heck? You need to use that voice. That's better than yours.
Oh, that doesn't make me any money. Wait a minute. Neither does this one. So.
Do TikToks using that voice for sure.
Well, I haven't uploaded any TikToks, so.
Yes, you have.
Not uploaded my personal stuff from the show. I have. Yeah. So I uploaded a lot of stuff, but.
Oh, so have I. Yeah.
So just the funny stuff from the other shows. I don't really upload any Big Brother stuff because we're really not that comical.
No, we're more pissed off all the time.
We have our anonymous person that calls in.
Yeah, boy, sure like that Big Brother show of yours.
I called him once.
Well, yeah, I know. We have to get him to call in again. So,
yeah.
And we don't usually post anything that's a hot take. So,
yeah.
Now I was going to ask. We'll do it closer to the end, but I was really thinking, we need a fourth opinion to balance this. So closer to the end of the show, I think maybe we should see if Shelton can come on and tell us exactly what he thinks of Jared. So I think that would probably be good. And I was also thinking if he could give his thoughts on how the game has been played so far. I mean, he seems to so far have it pretty down pat when he's got his opinion. So
that's true. He's very opinionated.
That's true. So we might have to have him drop in here in a few minutes, but so anyhow, we know that the veto was played. We have teased you all with who it was. I didn't sound my little spoiler alert here. Let me sound that. Spoiler. The veto has been played. The veto has been used. Now, who's going to go up? So the veto was used today on Corey, not America, which wasn't really a shock because Jag is closer to Corey than he is America.
Yeah.
So he pulled his buddy Corey down. Now, to be honest, I hate seeing either of them go. But the renomination was Cameron. So they stand a good chance of keeping the relationship going for another week. I did see on Big Brother Rants and Giggles chat.
Yeah.
They had a poll about who that we thought should be voted out between Cameron and America, and it was like 3-1 America over Cameron.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
everybody
who.
loves
That's who
Cam.
should. Yeah, that's who should go is America. Even though she does sometimes step up and play the game, Cam is on it. Cam has
Yeah.
been reading it from the beginning. His first time as HOH, he dropped the bomb on it, and I wasn't very satisfied with it. But he might have not been trying to stir up the house just yet, but he had the plans to, because he was even thinking about it then. But he was just like, you know what? Let me step back. Let me hold back for a minute. Let's see where this goes. But then when he got it again, he did it. He did exactly what we.
Stuff up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now the whole house is against him for doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Well, the whole house right now is in a tizzy without Izzy.
Yeah.
Because they've all seen Siri has got the mojo. I mean, she's using it to pull Matt back in as we speak. She's using it to pull Bowie back in.
Oh yeah,
she was attempting to use it on Felissa. So Siri's a good game player. I don't think this is quite her game, but she's a good game player as far as the social engineering skills. She'd probably be doing a whole lot better without her lame ass son in the house, to be honest.
Probably would. Yeah. You're right.
So
he screws up, and she knows he screws up.
Yeah.
I think.
So,
Jared and Cam went to talk to Jared. Did you see that part? Where he
in the
went and
show?
Yeah. No, not in the show. Well,
no, I didn't.
Show.
Yeah, there was
I
a
don't
part in the show where he
remember.
went to him and told him, if you keep me off the block,
Yes.
I'll play your game.
Yeah.
So,
but he didn't. I guess he didn't talk to his mom, or if he did talk to his mom, she probably said, "Let's get him out of here."
Well, Siri wants Cameron gone at all costs.
Yeah.
And to me, if you're in the house and Siri's saying, "That's what I want gone," you should all be going, "Wait a minute, we need to look at this closely."
Right. And I think if Jared had his way, he would probably keep Cam and worked with him.
No, he wouldn't.
I don't think so.
If Siri hadn't said, well, I don't know.
No, because Cam messed up when he told him who his main goal was. When he said that he wants to take Siri out. Now, Siri had not to be in the house in order for them two to be buds.
Right. That's what I'm saying. If Siri wasn't in the house, him and Cameron could probably win this. Could be up together.
Well, I think Cam and America have a better shot at it.
Well, maybe so. You're maybe right.
Yeah, Cam and America, or Cam and Matt.
Or even Cam and Bowie.
Oh, what?
I don't know what she's winning, though.
She's not
and
winning.
who we left out of this conversation that's flown under the radar the whole show?
Yeah,
you're right.
Mimi.
Yeah, Mimi. Mimi is
kind of
floating.
just like staying in the background, but she
only puts her sense in sometime.
Yeah,
I think she sees what's going on.
She does.
She doesn't really.
She's a watcher.
She doesn't really air it out, which I really am shocked at that, because I had her pegged as somebody who would be a loudmouth coming in.
But she's waiting. Yeah. She's waiting. She's trying to float under the radar right now. She said it when she gave her vote. She said to her family, she was like, "Don't worry, she sees it all. She knows they're all."
She said, "I know those snakes. I know these are snakes and vipers."
Yes, she's laying low. She's gonna come out. Yeah. She's gonna come out, and she's gonna come out with fire. I'm pretty sure if she makes it to the end, she's definitely going to have the winning speech.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think even though Bowie is a lawyer, I think she would outbeat Bowie in a speech.
Yeah, she probably would.
Well, I can't say, because I don't know that I've heard Bowie say enough. That's what's
the problem.
Intelligent.
She has.
Yeah, you're right about that.
She's very cry. Like, what are they thinking of me? Why don't y'all tell me anything, instead of like sitting back and doing her lawyer thing?
Day. I mean, she was hurt.
She ain't doing her lawyer thing, man. I just faced a lawyer, man. They fucking badass. They freaking make you feel like garbage, even when you ain't done nothing wrong. So therefore, like, she ain't being a lawyer up in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I almost wonder if she's holding back, because even as a DJ, she's got an outgoing, loud personality as a DJ.
Yeah.
So I can't help but think she's holding back still. And that's kind of what
Maybe.
annoys me. It seems as though so many of the newer players, and I'll say this after maybe the past 3 seasons, all just want to get to jury. I don't know what the big deal is about just making it to jury, but it seems like so many want to.
Because I can tell you why they want to make it to jury. Because if you don't get kicked out of the house before jury, then you make it to jury, you're guaranteed the rest of the season getting $1,000 a week.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I see it from that free rent and food. Got it. Check.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be in a competition and I'm going to isolate myself so far away, I'm going for the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what you want to do, but you want to at least make it to jury so you can keep getting paid. You don't get paid once you're out the house. Your weeks are done. You're like, and you go home, you're not getting paid from CBS anymore.
Yeah.
I think you get paid when they come back for the final show.
I mean, you might get paid for that, but I'm saying you're missing out on a whole lot of weeks that you're not getting paid. So if you make it a jury, at least they're getting paid for the full amount of time of the show, even if they didn't win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least you're not walking away with very little money. You're like the first week you're getting $1,000 you got sent home. Shoot, Luke might not have got anything. He might have been, since he was ejected, they might have had something in the contract. If you get ejected or you self-evict, then you probably don't get anything. So, I mean, they got to have those in the contracts. There ain't no way.
Yeah, lawyers.
Yeah, exactly. So those people, they don't want to go home early. They want to make it to jury so they can get paid for the entire time if they're not going to win. So getting to jury is kind of important so you can walk away with quite a few weeks of, how many weeks is it that they're in there? So how many ever weeks it is, that's $1,000 per week.
Yeah, well, considering this season is 30 weeks, right? So
30 weeks, so that's $30,000. You want to make it to jury. You want to make it to jury.
Summer. It's a good summer job. Let's not forget the fact that they feed you too. So and short of being on slop, you get fed pretty well. So In fact, I was in one of the chats earlier,
that's
and
a
I
year's
don't know
worth of pay.
Yeah.
Well, some people, I was in the chat and I was looking, and there is one of the contestants that has made a cookbook, and it included like a whole chapter on slop. I never could go far enough back in the chat to figure out who it was. So I'd like to research that and figure out who it was. I'd probably buy the book because they were talking pretty highly of it in the chat.
Oh, really? Wonder who it was. You know what?
I don't know who the chef has been in the past that's been on the show, but it was one of the chefs or somebody that was good with cooking. I shouldn't say chef, but
Blue. They said Blue was doing really well with it. She can. She
her mother-in-law's teaching her, right?
I don't know. Yeah, that's it.
I did hear Blue say in a conversation with Jag, if either of those two come in power, they need to put Jared on the block. I was kind of shocked about that.
Who said that?
Blue.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm not 100% convinced of her either, because I think she was trying her hardest on this competition, because when she hit the mat, she was done. You could tell her body was just give out.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that they're as big of an item as Jared likes to think. Of course, the night after he won, that night, I'm sorry, not that very night, he talked to her horrible upstairs in the HOH.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Oh yeah, he was, because she had been, at some point in time, she had been crying because she lost, and he was like, well, why are you crying? I won, I'm going to take care of you. And she's like, no, that's not the point. And she was trying to, it's like somebody that talks over you when you're trying to make a statement or say something, He kept saying things, or he kept changing the subject, or his was worse. It was worse. It was worse for him. He would always turn it to where it was about him. Mm-hmm. So, he talked to her horrible. In fact, I did wonder if they didn't call her to the DR room to get her out of it, because he was just making her feel like crap. So
Oh, that's horrible.
yeah, he's not a very good person. So I know that's just my opinion. So, but yeah, and it's not necessarily the fact that he's said so many things. It's just his demeanor. It's like he wears. Yeah. He could play a very good bad guy, I think, without a problem. There's some people that could do it and it look like nothing, and I believe he's one of them. So, and Brenda, you're correct. Blue is a backstabber, but on the same hand, she's still getting treated pretty crappy. So she's a player. So JT, before we get out of here, is the little leprechaun nearby to tell us some things?
Well, I mean, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll just check.
Oh, shit. There he is.
You're tuned into the Sportcat show.
What the heck do you want from me, Glenn?
Well, I know that you hide behind JT and watch Big Brother, so I was curious what you thought of Jared.
The guy with the rag on the head all the time?
Yeah, that blue towel on his head.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna win it all.
Really? Why is that?
Because his mama hasn't given up her titty yet.
So what you're saying is she hasn't cut the umbilical cord.
Exactly.
Wow. Well, so far, Cameron and America are on the block this week. And it seems in a Twitter poll that it was America would actually vote, if they had a vote, to keep America. Who do you think should go this week?
Cameron's going home for sure. And I can't wait to watch him walk out and talk to Julie.
Well, all right. Well, what did you think about the Izzy? Oh, yeah. What did you think about the Izzy eviction?
Oh, I hated to see her go.
Really? Why is that?
Because she was there. She was going to help Siri win. She was going to give up her own destiny for Siri. You have to admire someone that does that.
She was going to fall on the sword. In fact, she had said at one point in time on the show that if she got Veto, she was not going to use it because she knew that Siri would go up on the block.
Exactly. She's going to give up her gain for someone else. Very selfless.
She posted a picture of herself on Twitter with the feeds on and a picture of Siri like in 50-inch screen, and she was cuddled up next to it. On Twitter, she posted that. And she said at night that she enjoyed when Siri would roll over and hold her hand.
Yeah,
I never saw that.
She likes girls. Duh.
Well, that's true. So, but I never personally saw that, but that's what she said in the tweet. I thought, ooh, it's kind of creepy.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, so you think Jared's going to take it all? I'm really disappointed in you in that. I'm really pulling for Matt. Matt's my guy.
Oh no, I like Jared and Siri. They're gonna win it all. So Mom is going to get the $750K, while Jared's gonna get the 250. They're gonna be rich together.
I think they already are rich, but sure.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go live with them. Fuck you, JT.
You want to be Shelton Fields?
Exactly. Screw, I'll drop the name Thomas. I'll be Shelton Fields. No longer Shelton Thomas.
Well, if that was to happen, you might want to watch your back because Izzy would be not far away.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she might stuff me in the trash can.
She probably would.
There's probably a lot of things she would do to you, so
when I first moved in this house with JT, I found myself in the trash as well. JT saved me. Yeah.
Who saved you?
JT. He came and found me.
How'd you get in the trash?
Who put you in the trash?
This old lady put me in the trash.
Oh, how mean.
She was scared of me, and so she tried to hide me down in the trash.
He's not kidding.
He's not kidding?
He's not kidding.
Wow.
Oh, that's horrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to hear that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you were cast into the trash, Shelton. So
They tried to put me out this house.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
there was a Twilight Zone about putting dolls in a trash can, and the doll kept coming back for revenge. So maybe you should play that on there.
Shelton's Revenge.
The Revenge of the Shelton. So, I did have another question for you, but I didn't forgot it. So I guess it wasn't that important. So,
All right, good, because I'm gonna go back over here and sit and chill and just listen.
So what are you doing in your spare time? Is what I want. What's he do? He just sit around and watch TV?
He just sits and watches me. I'll show Deana, I'll show Brenda what he look like sometimes. I swear to God. Sometimes he just goes and just starts looking at me.
He did that at my house.
He turned and looked at you, Deana?
Yeah, I swear to God. I swear to God.
He was beside the chair, and he just looked at me.
I'll tell you what. Just if you ever come visit me, JT, just leave him in your truck. So, and if I hear, like, JT, it's time to go. Oh God!
He does claim to be Chucky's cousin, so
it could very well be. So,
next time
well, I think we've about wrapped up enough. We've got everybody up to date, and we've caught them up on a little bit of the feeds. So we're going to continue to do the podcasting. You all remember to like, thumbs up, please. You don't realize what a big difference that makes. I'm learning this in the algorithm, so please thumbs up. So please thumb it up. Please subscribe. It's easy for me to say. Subscribe. And remember to follow us over on Facebook, where we are under the monkeyer of Paranormal Guys with a Z in the group, where you can find out the big chat, and you can find the Paranormal Guys, and then you can find that show that is becoming wildly popular on Saturdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, called The Misfits,
where you'll see Shelton.
Shelton has been a main staple, but we all have a character to play on there, and it works out well. We each have our own nemesis. We each have our own lover. We each have our own attitude. So it's great. So
wait, we have a
tune
lover?
in over there. Check us out.
I don't have a lover. I'm missing that.
I was thinking of Deana. So sorry.
Oh, you're thinking of me? Okay.
You're on your own, JT. So.
Be sure, and if anybody wants to come on the Misfits show, not come on the Misfits show, but watch us on the Misfits show, go to Shelton's Facebook page and leave him a message, or you can call on the.
Put it up, Glenn.
I'm looking for it. I was looking for it when we were typing, or when you were talking. I was looking for it. So yeah,
leave him a message on his Facebook, and
or you can send a voicemail anonymously, like our friend did over here, the one that left us the great message that we love so much. Let me find it.
Yeah, boy, I sure like that Big Brother show yours.
And see, you don't have to just leave a message for Shelton. You can leave a message for this show right here for the big chat.
That's right. Big chat. The Paranormal Guys are the Misfits.
Yes.
You can leave all in one. I should have really put that as the Sportcat show, because
you're tuned into the Sportcat show.
Each show has got their own thing, so I shouldn't have. But
wait,
we're really
don't
more
you have
known
something
as.
Else?
Don't I have something else?
Yes, you have something else to play. Somebody doesn't like watching the show sometime. The other thing. Yes, you sent it in a thing. I don't want to spoil it. I just want you to play it.
Well, let me finish.
I've been waiting. Okay, yes.
Finish your thought, and I'll have to figure out what the hell you're talking about.
What I was saying was, on the Misfit show on Saturday night, we have a new segment where Shelton is answering questions or answering his his Facebook messages. And it's hilarious. So come and join us on that. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. I do have something else. Yeah, you're right. Let me find and share that, and because we're getting all of our celebrity friends that come by and visit us. we're getting them all to leave a show promo for us, and so.
Yeah,
I forgot about that. I should have put that on the show the other night. Let's see.
I thought about it. I was like, when's he gonna do this? So I wanted to make sure I reminded you tonight.
That's good, except for I don't know where the hell I put it. Oh, Lord. I'll find it here in a minute, maybe. Oh, there it is. All right, hold on. Let me push a button here. And push another button. And here we go.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm Miranda Maverick, and when I'm in fight camp, I never listen to the Sportcat podcast.
There you go.
That's
you heard
great.
it first
I love
there.
it.
Yes.
Yep, she is awesome. That's Miranda Maverick. She's ranked number 14 now in MMA, and she is one of our big fans. I don't know if she's a big chat fan, but she's a Paranormal Guys fan. And speaking of the Paranormal Guys, we have tomorrow Jason Kinsey, and you might know him from the Discovery Channel and the Travel Channel for Finding Bigfoot. Not Finding Bigfoot. He does a show on Bigfoot, and he has his own series over on Tubi as well. So he's going to come on and talk about his new book, the things he's got out, and his comic book, and his new show coming up. So we're looking forward to him.
That's Wednesday night, right?
That's Wednesday night. That's tomorrow night. Yeah. No, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it is Wednesday night. I don't know what time it is.
It's Monday today.
I've had a screaming terrorist all day, so I've been playing bad grandpa. So that's my new role. And Saturday we're going to try and figure out how to do it politically correctly, but the topic is going to be on breasticles. So on Misfits.
Nice.
So I don't know how we're going to discuss the female anatomy without being kicked off of the internet, but hey, especially with a little leprechaun midget speaker. So.
Oh gosh, I can hear Shelton now. It's like he's in my head.
I kind of think he is. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am so glad you tuned in. As always, we appreciate everything you do for the show. And
Wednesday, not tomorrow.
Yeah, Wednesday, not tomorrow. That's correct. Yeah, I don't know where I'm at in this world. So I sometimes wonder if I'm not still in Knoxville or somewhere. So I don't know. I'll find myself. So, all right, guys, it's that time. Well, maybe.
Bye.
Y'all have a good week. I don't know. Sorry, we will be back Thursday night. So after the live eviction. So look for us after the live eviction, and that is correct. I have lost my mind. Brain is a Bye, everybody. We'll see you soon. I gotta wait for it to drop.